Okay, now part 2 of the video. That walking stick right there has saved my life twice. It's got new glow-in-the-dark cord on it, but that has been a lifesaver. Now, some would say, Ed, why do you need so many fishing rods? Well, let me explain to you. These right here are the rods I took steelhead fishing this last weekend. These in here, that is what is called a spey rod. Now, that one was way too expensive, and we won't cover that, but that's a 12-foot rod that I can throw a fly. I have recorded a 168-foot toss with a fly. It's a completely different way of fishing. You put the line in the water to backload your rod, yada, yada, yada. Okay, then there are these fly rods. This little 5-weight Redington has sole that I can't explain to you. It bends and loads and feels so different. That's a $450 fly rod. That $89 fly rod is my love. Okay, wait a minute. That spey rod is my love. And so anyway, different rods. These are mostly salmon and saltwater fly rods, saltwater, and then we get into bass and trout. So the reason I'm bringing up this video is because today, even with the myriad of rods that Ed Burton possesses, I want to explain that some of these rods are very expensive. There's a $300 G. Loomis salmon rod in there. When things are bouncing down the bottom, you can feel every tick, every rock. But you don't have to spend that much money. So I do a lot of saltwater fishing at the Edmonds Pier near where I live. This bad boy here is a 12-foot Okuma surf casting rod. And just so you know, I'm not full of shit, $85. Now, Shimano makes one almost exactly like this, $350. But the handle, everything about this rod, I truly love. And with a heavy weight, I know I'm going to be casting 150 yards into the saltwater. So what I've done to help make that happen, I started making my own floats. I want them dimpled like a golf ball because smooth objects don't fly as well as dimpled. So this one isn't as dimpled. Then I coat it one side with Flexi Seal, and this side isn't. So I'm going to try more dimplage on this as I go. But then you drill it, put a coffee stir stick inside of it. That thing's huge. I can cast 8 ounces, probably 150 yards out into Puget Sound, coupled with the beautiful Okuma Samar rod. Now, put athletic tape on it so you can mark your rods or your reels and explain the line that you have on them. Now, this is a $19 Doc Demon rod. So it is literally less than 3 feet tall, but I have a reel that I have put on it, and I have lifted an 8-gallon or a 8-pound 1-gallon jug of water. And this rod, just so you know, you can abuse the shit out of these things. I am going to catch a 20-pound fish on one of these rods. That, my friends, is a serious bend. That is what technology gives you. And so, there it is. Oh, yeah, there's 2 more fly rods back there in that rod holder. And, oh, that thing right there is yarn that's perfectly weighted for practicing fly casting. But this is it. This is what you need. Now, I could take 2 of those rods and do most of the fishing that I wanted. I could take 2 of those rods, go trout fishing, go salmon fishing, go saltwater fishing. But different fishing techniques, you want shorter rods. Maybe you're in the saltwater and you've got a 8-ounce weight on the end of it. So, hopefully I haven't bored you all with my love of all things fishing, but I will just say this. If you ever have a hobby that you love as much as I do, you should marry it.